Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney if you're new, and today we're gonna be making chicken and egg salad. It is super easy, super delicious, and great for meal prep. You're gonna love this like as a sandwich, on some salad. You can even enjoy it with crackers or even as is. It is so good. My husband and I love it for lunch. My kids love it for a quick snack. It is full of protein, very low carb. It's kind of a take on my chicken pasta salad. If you tried that and loved it, you're gonna love this. So let's get started and give this a try. If you want to follow along with this recipe, I'm going to leave the printable links below for the oven baked chicken in this recipe, which is super flavorful, and the steamed hard boiled eggs. So if you don't catch something or you miss something, it'll be in the description box below. To get started, we're going to make steamed hard boiled eggs, and I'm using about 1.5 cups of water. You want to make sure there's like 1.5 inches to 2 inches of water on the bottom of your saucepan. So if you can't see it, there it is. And I'm using a steamer insert. Mine is a little bit rough around the edges. The centerpiece fell out, but it's still usable, so I haven't upgraded it. I'm going to boil that water and then we'll be ready to steam our eggs. While that's doing that, I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper, crumple it up because it makes it so much easier. If I put the chicken on it with it just straight like that, it always like curls up and just rolls into a ball before I even get on the seasonings. I like to season my chicken on the parchment paper. So what I do is I put my avocado oil or olive oil onto the parchment paper along with the seasonings. So we're going in with kosher salt. We're also using some dried parsley, and then we're also going to be using some black pepper. I can use fresh cracked black pepper, but I just bought this big thing from Costco, and it is pretty good pepper, so that's what I'm using. And then we're also going to be using granulated garlic. I love my granulated garlic. I go in with it, and then you can see I just add it to eye. You can use the measurements on my website, which are pretty spot on. I just like to measure with my eyes. Then I'm going to take a lemon and roll it until it feels like a little stress ball. Boop, boop. See, it's just kind of soft. And then I'm going to cut it with this knife that I am questioning now because it was so hard to cut with this knife. Now it's not a paring knife, but it should be able to cut steak, and this lemon was pretty soft. And you'll actually see me look at my knife and like look at it and like, what brand is this? Oh, it's Henkel's. Oh, yeah. So then we're going to squeeze the lemon onto the sheet pan, and my little guy likes to watch for the seeds. I will say I do love those lemons that don't have the seeds in them, but the problem is I saw them at the store and they were really firm, so I just didn't even bother with them. And that lemon had some kind of issue with me because it flew right at me. You can see my little guy saying, nope, mommy, there's a seed. So I got that seed. Now I'm taking my chicken. It is a little bit like yuck stuff on there, so I always like to cut that all off. I don't know, I don't cook it with it on. I always like really clean my chicken. So that's what I do prior to seasoning. And then we're going to place it onto our parchment paper that has all the seasonings on it. And then I'm just going to take that seasoning and mash it really good into the chicken. And then now what you could do is if you wanted, you could pound the chicken a little bit. But I don't like pounding chicken. I feel like it just skeeves me out because then I have to have like even more surface. As you can see, like I'm wearing gloves. So I just don't like, I scavach, as my grandma would say. I don't like, it skeeves me out. I don't like to touch raw meat too much. So I wear gloves and I just pound it with my hand. If that's too much for you, I definitely recommend using like a mallet or something. But as you can see, it's kind of flattening out the chicken nicely. And I just use the heel of my hand and it works really well. And then I just keep pressing it until all those fibers kind of loosen, and I feel like this makes for the ultimate juicy chicken. As you can see, it really flattened that chicken, and it's not super flat. Like I'm not going for a big huge chicken cutlet here. I just want to flatten it out so this way we have more chicken and it's less prep for me when I cut it. Like I don't have to cut it in half lengthwise. I can just cut it and then slice it, and then I'll repeat that with each piece of chicken breast. And then sometimes I find that it's a little bit harder, so I'll actually take my hands underneath, as you saw, and kind of separate it and then push on it, and then it kind of lets me push a little bit more on it. Now these are perfectly ready to go, and my hands are clean, but I'm still going to wash them. Still washing those hands, but I don't have all that chicken goo and all the seasonings on them. So yeah, if you're OCD like me, yeah, that's something, you may want to consider. I like using food prep gloves. We're going to bake this in our oven, and then I'm going to clean my cutting board. I swear I clean the cutting board like every time something touches it. Now our water is boiled. I'm going to put my eggs in. I'm going with a dozen eggs here. Now, the reason I'm doing a dozen is so we have extra in case any of the eggs are cracked. So you'll be able to see if anything's cracked afterwards. Sometimes they just crack when they're steaming. So I just toss those. I don't want to take a chance if it was cracked. Like when you boil eggs, you'll see the water coming out of them. With the steamed eggs, they'll have like a little slit. So a few are for our recipe and a few are for snacking in the fridge for my kiddos. And then I fit as much as I can in there, and I try to stand them up so I can fit more. Then we're going to put the lid back on and put it back on the fire. I'm going to cook this at medium heat for 14 minutes to get a nice hard boiled egg. We're going to take a water bath. I like to keep it in there for like 5 to 10 minutes. And this is just some ice water. And then this is basically going to shock it and kind of separate the eggshell from the egg. And I find that this is a great step. I don't like to get them too cold. I find that like if I get them when they're still warm, it's really easy to peel. And also if you are getting fresh farm eggs, like pasture raised eggs, especially if you just bought them that day, I find it super easy to peel if you steam them. And here is an example of what I was talking about. This one is split. It's very hot, but this one is split. So I'm going to toss that one. And now I'm going to prep everything while I let those eggs sit. As you can see, this knife is not as sharp as I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go switch out that knife. I wasn't happy with it. So now I'm cutting up some celery. Now, if you don't like celery, you can omit this, add some peppers, add some sweet onion if you prefer. We like to use red onion, so I go with the celery and the red onion. Now I find it therapeutic to cut all my vegetables. Now, if you wanted it even tinier, you can use a food processor. That's absolutely fine. But I just like to chop my vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and chop it a little bit more fine. And then we're going to use this in our dish. And then I'm using a bowl to mix everything in. So I'm just going to take the celery that we just chopped. I'm going to use the non-sharp side of the knife and just scoop that right in. You could also use like a little bench scraper. So that's not something else to keep in mind. So if you want to, just make sure you get everything in there nicely, but the back of the knife works if you're using it carefully. Then we're going to use an onion. I'm using a red onion. Like I said, you could also use a sweet onion. I don't like to use yellow onion as much because I feel like it has just too much of a bite. I'm going to take off the exterior a little bit because these are farm fresh onions and they had a lot of dirt on them. Then we're going to cut these again. You could also use a food processor, but I'm just going to be chopping them by hand. I would have used the entire onion if it was up to me, but my husband's going to be eating this too. So we're going with a half to 3/4 of that onion. I would have even used a whole medium onion. I love raw onion. I could eat it plain. Weird I am. Yeah. And now for the herb of choice, I'm going with parsley. A lot of people think parsley doesn't have any flavor, but I think it's actually one of my favorite herbs. I find it super flavorful. We're going to rip off any big stems and we're just going to discard those or put them in the compost. Then we're going to chop this up. Make sure you bunch it up and keep your fingers tucked and then chop, chop, chop. You can also use a food processor for this, but again, I just prefer to use my knife and rock it back and forth. I'm using I think it's a 5-inch chef's knife. I prefer a smaller chef's knife. I find I have a little bit more control. Now, again, if you don't like parsley, you could also use something like dill or even cilantro, or you could just not even put any herbs in there. But I feel like it adds a bit of brightness, and I love that herbiness that the parsley gives it. We're going to also add that to our bowl, and then we should be ready now to add our next stuff. So what we're going to add next is our mayo dressing. So what I'm going to do is mix up some mayo. You could use your preferred mayo. I'm going in with 3/4 cups of mayo for this, and then we're going to thin it out. You don't have to thin it. You could use sour cream in addition, or even add some yogurt now if you wanted to cut those calories a bit, but we like the way the mayo tastes, so we're using mayo and some milk. We're also going to use some brightness from lemon. I love that hint of citrus from the chicken, and we're going to add some more of that by adding our lemon. And this lemon was super juicy. Like the first one I used was, it had a nice amount of juice, but this one had so much juice, which was really nice. So it really added some brightness and some citrus kick to the dressing. Next, we're going to add in our salt and pepper. I always salt and pepper everything. And then even after we salt and pepper in here, I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste if needed at the end. So we're just doing salt and pepper. You could also use a little bit of granulated garlic if you wanted, but I put enough garlic on my chicken that I think we should be okay. Now, I don't want to make any more dishes, so instead of using a bowl to mix these together, I'm going to add my mayo to the milk in the measuring cup and mix that up. You don't have to worry if it's a little bit clumpy because it's going to all mix into the salad as well, and that is no problem. Put everything back away. I try to keep my space clean while I'm cooking. Our chicken is done. I rested it for 15 minutes on the pan and it is still hot, but it is ready to cut. I like to let it rest for at least 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, it is super juicy on the tray and it's a little overexposed. I try to show you guys, and I'm also lefty, so I'm trying to like make sure you guys can see it cut, but as you can see, it's super juicy. I dropped the exposure a little bit to show you, and then I'm just going to cut it up into bite-sized cubes. Like I said, you can shred this if you want. I prefer doing nice cubes. I feel like it retains a bit more moisture and I feel like it just has a better mouthfeel. But if you wanted, you could absolutely shred it. I find that the dice is just my preference. I also like diced chicken in soups as well. So whenever I make my soups or even my pasta salad, I also add diced chicken. And this is my go-to chicken for soups as well and for my chicken pasta salad. If you haven't tried that already, it is so, so good. It's basically this recipe with the pasta too, but I increased the celery a little bit and obviously increased the chicken. So we're just going to keep cutting this. I like to cut it into bite-sized pieces enough so that my kiddos can eat it too. So I don't want a big, huge hunk of chicken for my kiddo to be like, Mommy, you didn't cut it. And then I am OCD. As you can see, I just made sure there's no like veins in there. I thought I saw something. It was just a piece of herb. And then we're just going to keep on cutting it. Now, if you didn't see the video before, I love making this chicken and putting it in the fridge. It lasts for like 3 to 4 days in our house, not too long, usually around 2 to 4. And we use it for salads. We use it for sandwiches. It's just really good even on its own. You can enjoy it cold. You can warm it up. I prefer it cold, actually. I'm a leftover junkie. Like, I love food cold, leftover, even pasta, especially pizza. Yum. Now we're just going to add that chicken to our bowl so we can start prepping everything. Our last thing to prep is our eggs. So we're going to go ahead and peel those, and they should be super easy to peel. Now there's like sometimes a membrane that you will snag, and you'll see it here. I'm just going to peel it apart. I use my thumb and then you'll see it as soon as I peel it right there. So that little membrane, once I can get that off, I know that the egg is going to be super easy to peel, and the peel is basically going to just come right off. This is why I love steaming it. It really separates that from the egg, and then it just makes it super easy to peel, and there's like no whites left behind. See that membrane right there? It just makes it so much easier to peel when that's off. We're going to take our eggs and then we're going to cut them up. You can use an egg slicer, but I just prefer to use my knife and then go ahead and cut it. No, I'm not using gloves for this part, but my hands did get pretty messy, but my hands are clean. I think I cleaned them maybe 417 times making this recipe. Like, again, I have the OCD beyond belief when it comes to cleaning my hands and cooking. So my hands are super dry. If you have any recommendations for good lotion, let me know, because I swear even that stuff doesn't quench the thirst of my hands. But anyway, I digress. I am going to be adding the egg to my bowl, and we're going to be assembling this. It is so, so good. My family really enjoys this, and now it is ready for the dressing. So we're going to pour that dressing, give it a little stir just because it's been sitting for like maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then we're going to add it into all of those ingredients. It is layers upon layers of flavor, and I just cannot wait to dig in. What I love even more is enjoying this the next day after all those flavors melt. Another thing is, if you wanted to do this with more egg, you can add more egg. You can chop things finer. You could do shredded chicken. It's really, really easy to play with. So good. It's perfect. This dish is so well seasoned, and I'll tell you why, because we made the oven baked chicken on my website, which is super juicy, super flavorful. We have the lemon, the garlic, the parsley, the salt, pepper, and then, we baked it and made it super juicy. So if you need all of those tips, I'll link it below, and it's also on a video on here too. Then we did our eggs fresh, which I like to do steamed hard-boiled eggs. I will link the video and the post below too. And then we add fresh herbs. I love using fresh parsley. You can add some dill in here. If you wanted, you can add also a little bit of peppers or different things. I keep it to onion and celery. That's like traditional for our salads, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this. Now, if you wanted, you could even keep the yolks out to get it less fat, use some yogurt or sour cream. You can really lighten this up a lot of ways, but I think this is just perfect as is. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you and take care.